It's still covered by your insurance, as well.
Yeah, the chair moving. Long chair, and you can hang these ones over.
We're all here then, jolly good. Well, it's lovely to see you all here this evening. On this might be I suppose, the inaugural meeting of something that could turn out to be pretty special, I feel. But before we can move on any further, we have to gauge the feeling amongst you all and explain to you the ethics and the aims and what we're trying to achieve here.
Community, noun, plur, which I suddenly realised meant plural, T's, all the people in one district, group with shared interest, the public society. And I added to that in this text that I replied, local or global, question mark, or maybe just one within a larger one. I suppose most communities in the outset are for the benefit and the prosperity of those within, and maybe to help the larger community outside of its constraints as an eventuality. To that, Ali's reply was to state that, so then we're not seeing community as being synonymous with just Elmham, and, but perhaps being a vehicle for like-minded and interested parties from everywhere to kind of come aboard and work together for the benefit of the whole. Pretty much hitting the nail squarely on the head, I thought. I really did. Ali's going really in a moment. I mean, Colin's pretty much covered most of the stuff, but he's going to go. He's going to explain the structure around which we're attempting to build the community farm. There are legal constraints, accountancy, management, and such like. It's really, really important that we get this structure in place, and that's why we're here tonight, you know, to try and explain that to you all. There are an awful lot of things we have to explain.
Good evening.
Hello! It's behind you!
Yeah. Just to sort of preamble this, I haven't been that closely involved with the community smallholding until Wednesday night, actually, which was the first time that I had any real involvement in things. It was one of those things that I sort of watched from a distance and thought, you know, this is actually possibly building something that anyone involved in it can feel proud of and sort of reunite the community and give us a bit of a focal point. During a Sunday morning, having my wood delivered, turned around to Mark and said, you know, Mark, I don't want to bore you with this, but as this thing starts to grow, and if you're actually going to turn it into what you want to turn it into, you're going to have to get a grip on it. And I use some really sort of dirty words that people like me that wear a suit and tie during the week like to spout out. Words like governance and the law and accountability and all that sort of thing that you know, immediately starts to turn people pale and start to wonder why they're doing what they're doing. I think the important thing to point out is that at the moment what we have is we don't have a legal structure as such as a community smallholding. It doesn't exist, it's an association. So much like when anyone gets together as a group of people and decides to do something, unless you decide to turn that into something else, you're just an association. You've got no identity other than the people that are within it. That does sort of cover us off in one respect. I know there's been some concerns raised about, you know, how are we doing for insurance and how are we doing for this and how are we doing for that. Well, as an association, it's the members, it's the people who are doing the association that need to have the insurance and need to make sure that the people who are helping them are covered under that insurance.
Right, we'll start at the beginning. A, to provide a community-based farm for all people, young and old, of any belief or creed. Right, so B, to create an ethical, cooperative farm based around the principle of voluntary contribution of shared labour, skills and knowledge. C, to farm in such a way as to reduce fossil fuel dependency and reliance upon the petrochemical industry and agrochemical industry as a whole. D, to provide the opportunity for people to learn new skills, create a connection and maintain a healthy, balanced relationship with nature. E, to grow fruit and vegetables, rear livestock amongst the members of the cooperative, and to create a reasonable financial return from produce sold outside the group so as to provide an income to reinvest for future growth. Where's F?
Here, I'll read it for you tonight.
Oh, good on you.
To look forward and contribute to any new ideas and technology that could help our village become environmentally sustainable and self-sufficient, i.e. medium-scale wind, biomass or riverine power, helping towards the local power demands of our and maybe even surrounding parishes.
Well, I'm just going to say, well, thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you, Tom.
I seem to remember 6 months ago, no more than that, 9 months ago, we sat by the fire, didn't we?
Is that the night you can see?
Yeah. We were banging this about, weren't we? We were just sitting by the fire one night. There was no one else in the pub. It was one of our usual Tuesday nights, I think. And we sat there. We were actually chatting about this, and we were saying, wouldn't that be a really great idea if we could do something like this for the village? And hey, here we are.
Here we are.
It's fantastic. I'm really chuffed. It'll be a great legacy if we can pull this all off. It'll be such a fantastic legacy for the village, for our children, for our children's children, really.
Yeah.
And it'll be just great to be part of it. And I'm so chuffed that we're all here tonight. It's amazing. I think we should all give ourselves a round of applause. I really do.